Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're talking AMRS stock, ticker symbol AMRS. As a disclaimer, this is not investment advice. This is just a research video that I put together meant to be educational as well as entertaining. I'm going to put you into a few different news clippings and articles surrounding the company. Then we're going to take a look at the stock. Thank you for your time. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Please enjoy.
We make the world one molecule at a time. We do it by re-engineering yeast, something that's been around forever. But instead of yeast making wine or beer, we actually get yeast through a fermentation process to make natural products sustainably. Everything from products for skincare ingredients, flavors, fragrances, vitamins, and now cannabinoids. We have 10 different ingredients, very different product derivatives off those ingredients. So rather than go through all of them, I'll pick one, squalane. Squalane is an amazing ingredient. It's actually an emollient, which means a moisturizer for your skin. It's been used in Japan for over 100 years. It was originally sourced from shark liver oil. And how I initially got to know it is a leading Japanese producer of the ingredient came to me and said, look, I don't think it's right that we take it from shark liver oil. Can you find a better answer? So we found a way to get yeast to make it from sugar cane juice to squalane. So that's a perfect example of an amazing ingredient that every formulator in the world knows it's the best emollient for your skin and for skincare products, but because it wasn't readily available and it came from sharks, it wasn't actually broadly used. So by making it more available, more supply at a stable cost and high purity, we've actually significantly expanded the market for it. We're now the market share leader for squalane. We've expanded the pie. It's a bigger market than it was when we started. And the growth rate, the last 6 months as an example, we've sold more squalane to the world's leading cosmetic companies than the prior year. So we're growing squalane now at around 60 to 70% a year, and it's just been a fantastic experience for us. A lot of plant material, and if you think about traditional Chinese medicine, has been around for a very long time. So it's not like the science is catching up. It's actually, for once, there is a way for the science to make more available and more accessible something that actually does good for society. And I think in this particular example, both on the consumer side, but also if I think about opioids and the real crisis that opioids are causing across the world, I think a scientific approach to making cannabinoids in a high quality, high purity, low cost way will make them more accessible and make them actually in a way that expands the market, just like we've seen in other markets that we're in. And in this particular case, a market that means all of society, not just a niche. I think that chart tells a story of a company that was deeply focused on becoming the world's greatest renewable fuel company and didn't make it. And then having to restart already with a pretty significant base of capital invested, which led to very complex financings to get us to where we are. Where we are is a moment in time where we now have our two biggest shareholders completely backing the company and supporting it because we've turned a corner. We've turned a corner and now starting to retire debt and having a stable base and having great investors backing to really support the growth going forward. Out of the 10 products we've now commercialized through fermentation, and we're at a rate of commercializing about 2 to 3 a year now, right? So the system is working at a very industrial strength way. All those products compete with an alternative source, and predominantly plant source, unlike squalane that's an animal source. And in the plant source materials, we actually see the total pie grow, and we see the plants actually being a niche and opportunity going forward. We don't see it as plant or sustainable natural. We see as sustainable natural working, even in some cases blending with plant, but more importantly, making available the amount of supply at the right cost and quality that enables big brands to adopt in a big way.
Y'all already know that I prefer to listen to the CEO or the co-founders or the founders of the companies that I am researching. It helps me wrap my head around the vision for the company. So that interview right there, it just speaks volumes to the potential and the positivity that I see behind AMRS. Now let's listen to Dr. Jack Newman, the co-founder of AMRS.
What we've done here is done it basically 10 to 100 times faster, but we can trace the history of this sort of technology back to some of the examples that have been pointed out today. It is the recoding of DNA in the form of recombinants that gave us insulin from yeast rather than cadavers or farm animals. Biologics, vitamins, vaccines, all those things, and now low-cost malaria drugs. This molecule squalane is made this way, 1,3-propane-diol, and every day we are reminded that this revolution in DNA coding will continue to deliver new products from morphine to jet fuel. If we can continue to work down this cost curve and bring kiloton scale of these new materials. Now there's one more ingredient that you need in order to bring these molecules to market. Of course, you need the very high efficiency organism, but you also need the production facility that is going to make these molecules possible. So here I show the AMRS production facility in the background here, co-located with a sugarcane crushing plant, which basically takes sugarcane out of the fields, crushes it into juice, which then goes down this pipeline, and bagasse, the fiber, here you see a truck pulling in, which is burnt to make electricity for the area, power the plant, dewater the juice, and then feed that sugar into this highly contained and advanced low-cost manufacturing site, which is able to handle a highly engineered organism. If you remember nothing else from this talk, remember this homely slide. This is the impact that Living Foundries had on the production of hydrocarbons at Brotas, Brazil, in the 2 to 3 years that it was running. We started in Brotas with a generation of yeast that had been well over 11,000 design cycles and iterations. That got us to a product that was about $12 a liter, which is fine if you want to make squalane for cosmetics. A few thousand cycles later, we get down to $4 a liter. Great for your margins, still in cosmetics. Few thousand iterations lower and you get under $3 a liter. That gets you into the high performance lubricants, solvents, and performance materials that we're after in this materials revolution. Enter Novi. This is a high-performance lubricants and fluids company that takes the AMRS biophene hydrocarbons and converts those to base oils and lubricants for all of the products that you see here: engine oils, gear lubricants, two-cycle oils, compressor oils, hydraulic fluid, transmissions oils, all of the high-performance fluids that we source from petroleum, we can make better from biology now that we've gained control of the programming. The key attribute for a high-performance lubricant is a concept I've already introduced, and that is this thermal oxidative stability. And what I'm showing you here is a lubricant formulation where we've looked at the various petroleum cuts, Group 3, Group 2, Group 4, and compared them against the same formulation using the hydrocarbon made from yeast, that is Novaspec. And what you see here on the y-axis is the 200% viscosity. That's basically the point where your engine oil has turned into sludge and your engine is toast. And time on the x-axis, and what these new materials allow you is a much longer lifetime for your engine oil and a much higher thermal and oxidative stability.
Okay, let's take a look at this article from Yahoo Finance. Through Cision, AMRS ranked among world's top social and environmental impact companies by Real Leaders. AMRS, a leading synthetic biotechnology company active in the clean health and beauty markets through its consumer brands and a top supplier of sustainable and natural ingredients, today announced it has been selected as one of the top global organizations making a positive social and environmental impact. The Real Leaders 2021 Impact Awards ranked AMRS number 23 among 150 recognized companies. The reason why I wanted to highlight this article is because moving forward, I think ESG, it's already been kind of in the forefront for companies to have a very good look. I think it just promotes the company a little bit better, especially in with this new administration and moving forward, a lot of companies are going to need the type of look where they are environmentally friendly, socially friendly, more accepted to become a world leader. So I just thought I would showcase that AMRS is it's among the top in the world. So I think that it only bodes well for the company. It bodes well for the shares. So I just wanted to highlight it. Let's move on. I just wanted to showcase this tweet from AMRS. They're thrilled to launch a new clean hair care brand with partner Jonathan Van Ness, the hair guru and star of Queer Eye. So I just thought that this is a nice look for AMRS that they are partnering up with Queer Eye's Jonathan Van Ness. Let's move on. Okay, so we're here in my Seeking Alpha. I have it linked up to my portfolios that I have positions on, or that I'm that are on my watch list. Since I have a position with the AMRS, anytime that there's some news breaking out about it, this author has been following AMRS for quite some time, so I tend to pay attention to Tech Grows. Shout out to Tech Grows out there. If you are watching my channel, I appreciate it, man. Or lady. Summary: the AMRS has multiple major transactions around the corner. The political and market environment favor the company greatly, and the current bull run is reminiscent of the 2017-2018 one, in which the share price grew over 4x. I'm not going to go through the entire article, but this was put out in December, and it's showing the price around $8.09, and it has already passed that. And taking a quick look at what's going on with it, I think it's safe to say right here, John Doerr is buying shares. John Doerr, the company's largest investor and one of the first investors in both Amazon and Google, was buying up shares in 2017 of AMRS, leading to the run-up, and he is doing the same thing now. So the article just wants to highlight and pay attention to the biggest investor, right? It definitely shows some interest for me, myself. If he's doing it, then there's a reason why he's doing it. And then possibly all the other news that is out there for us is public information for us to go out there and just do our homework on. The political environment. In 2017, the political environment was not good for AMRS. Sustainability, reducing reliance on petrochemicals, and supporting green companies were not priorities of the Trump administration. They likely will be for the Biden administration. And we can fully expect AMRS to get some large government contracts over the next few years. I want to stop right there. Again, who knows? But the author is leading us to perhaps the same thing that I'm doing. I can see the correlation. I can see that with the Biden administration, there should be, for a company that's such as good as AMRS, it would be in good faith to give them some large government contracts. So again, we don't know. As they come out, we will put them out, and other authors will as well. So again, I don't want to just go ahead and say that, oh, there's all these contracts, right? We want to see the proof out there. So I just wanted to stop right there when I was reading that. It is also well known that generals prepare for the last war, and this makes me think that there will be a huge boom of government investment in vaccine research and production after COVID. AMRS, with its ability to produce mRNA and adjuvants, will likely be a beneficiary of that. So what to watch for? We're going to jump into the stock right now after this article, but the stock has had a few spikes over the last couple of years, and it generally failed to break the critical 475 share level. It has since broke out of that level, and we're going to jump into my trading view, and we're going to talk a little bit of technicals after that. But I just wanted to leave here with this article saying that the author fully expects the bull run to continue at least until the resistance of the 2018 high of $9 a share, which it has already passed. As always, my long-term thesis on the company involves a complete reevaluation of the multiples the company deserves by Wall Street, and in the end, I expect the stock to be a winner for decades. So this author is bullish. I'm bullish. Y'all heard the joke, two bulls sit in a bar? I have it. Let's take a look at the stock. Okay, we're here in my trading view, the 3-month trading window of AMRS. I'm going to just make some levels of support. And I do believe from the last earnings report that the pivot is in play. What I mean by that is we've started to see a turnaround in the company with all the recent news articles that have come out, and with the administration move, I am just very bullish on the company. So I'm making some stair-stepping patterns of ascension that I'm noticing here, that the levels of support are just continuing to grow. And I believe that anytime that the price action moves above these levels of support, making higher lows and higher highs, then the bull run is in play. So I do believe that the pivot has taken place, and I do think that with all the recent news, that there's no reason not to be bullish. So we have until late March or early March, I have to double check the date, until the next earnings report. And then I think we'll perhaps see some movement in the price action. But I wanted to showcase and make a trend line in the nines, from the 9, like the mid to high nines, mid to low nines, whatever, around $9, up into where we're currently at. I'm going to make a trend line for myself that if the price moves anytime below this trend line for me, I see it as a great buying opportunity. What I'm really going to be paying attention to here is the high 11s and the low 12s. Let's just call it $12. I'm going to see that. I'm going to pay attention to that level of resistance. Hopefully we can make that a level of support. To the moon we go. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. I want to thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to see me research another company, ETF, or an IPO, just drop it in the comment section below and I will get to it as soon as I can. Please be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It really helps people find my channel and my content. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope everyone has a great week. The markets are closed tomorrow, so please take care of yourselves. And until the next video, I will see y'all again. Take care.